Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Gomes, God will honor mathematics solution. So please let's consider the interesting logic question 8. Let's consider the interesting logic question 8. And the question says, if negative 8, x, y, 19 are sequenced in arithmetic progression, that is AP, find the values of x and y. Okay, so as usual, I will start by saying analysis and solution. I told us anytime a question is given, you should be able to identify where the question is being set from. So this question is said from the topic we call arithmetic progression, or you can equally call it linear sequence. Okay, and the linear sequence is a kind of sequence, in which it involves, what we call a first term and a common difference. That common difference, for you to generate the terms, just like as you see, for you to generate these terms of sequence, so if you are able to know the first term like this, then you should be able to know the common difference. The common difference will be added, okay, to the first one to give you the next term. And you continue to add that common difference. If you add the common difference to the second term, it will give you the third one. And if you want to go back, you subtract that common difference. And that is all to this, right? But now we know the first term and we know the fourth term. This is a first, this is second, this is third, this is the fourth. We know the first term. The second term is represented by x. The third term is represented by y. So for us to, there is need for us to know the value of what x represents and y represent. And that is what is expected us to do. Okay? So without waste of time, so for us to resolve this, then we have to apply the n term, formula, the n term, which is, like this. You represent it by n term. I can say from from n term equals to, so the formula is what? A plus open bracket n minus 1 d. Okay, so this represents the term, and it also represents the last of the terms here. This Tn represents the last, okay, which a Tn could stand for what? 19. Then A represents the first term, which is a minus 8. N represents the position, okay, or the number of times. Then D is the common difference, okay. So based on this, let's see. Our A is represented by what? Minus 8. Then our, let me say, the n term now, the last one here is 19. I want to make use of the first term and the fourth term, okay? Then our n, so our n here, I want to use the what, which is the fourth, position. So n here will stand for what? 4, okay? Now substituting this into this very formula, let's see. Then what is our D? What is our D? So we don't know D. And by the time we are able to get our D, then it will be easy for us. So from substitution of all these value into the formula, it will enable us to get the value of D. And once we get the value of D, it means that this solution is is completed. So that does it. So which implies, now let me substitute now. From here, our Tn is what? 19 equals, then A is minus 8 plus open bracket. Then the n, which represents, this is 4 minus 1, then D. You can now see that it's D that we'll be looking for now. So which implies this is a 19 equals, now this is a minus 8, This is plus. This 4 minus 1 will give us 3. 3 times d will give us that is plus 3d, right? Plus 3d. Now, which implies, now we collect like terms. So we can now say 3d equals what? 19 plus what? 8. Because I have to move this 8 to this side. So that is, which can equally be written 3d equals to minus, equals to 19 plus 8. So which implies 3d now equals 19 plus 8 will give us 27, right? So we have to divide through by the coefficient of d. So which implies d now equals to 27 over what? 3, which is 9. This is what I did. 3 over 3. Cancel this, we are left with d. So d equals to what? Equals to 9. Now that we have gotten our d to be 9, and what are we looking for? We are looking for s and y. So for us to get these terms of this sequence, already our a is minus 8. Okay, then the second term, or let me just put it in this form. The first term, the first term is minus 8. Then the second term now, so we have to add this 9 to this for us to get the second term, which is a minus, okay, which is second term equals to s equals to minus 8 plus 9, which will give us what? 1. Okay, minus 8 plus 9 will give us 1. That is for x. Then third term equals to what? The third term now is this 1 plus what? Plus 9, which will give us what? 10. So this is it. Okay, I think the third term is y equals to what? 1 plus what? 9, which is what? 10. So you now discover that hence s equals what? S equals to 1 and y equals to 10. And that is all to this very question. You can see that the value of s is 1 and the value of y is 10. And that is all to this very question. So please, viewers all over the world, if this logic question and the solution is interesting, please I advise that you continue to subscribe into my YouTube channel. Thanks for now.